Hey everyone, Techni here, finally with a review of the HyperX Cloud Alpha S gaming headset. Now let me take a minute of your time before we jump into this headset here. A lot of you guys have been requesting this and I just kept saying, nah, I really don't want to look into it, you know what I mean? I did not like the original Alphas. I mean, nothing was really bad about it. You go watch that video, it's an old one, but there's nothing that really stood out to me and it was kind of just like subpar for the money again. So I really pushed these guys aside, even though tons of you guys have been requesting them. But let me tell you what, I was wrong. And why I say that is there is actually quite a bit different with the Alpha S compared to the original Alphas. And number one, as far as in your box, you're gonna get your headset, you're gonna get your audio control box right here, which connects by USB. You get a HyperX bag here, some replacement ear cups, you got the leather, and then the cloth ones we have on there right now, and then a whole bunch of paperwork. Now real quick, one thing I wanna cover before we jump into the comfort right here is that this headset can be used on every single device, even though it's stated or listed as a PC gaming headset. Yes, you can use it on every single console and every single device, and we'll talk a lot about that later on down the road with connectivity and then sound and everything. But anyways, let's go on and jump into comfort. And the number one thing as far as comfort that really excited me about this headset when I first took it out the box is the replacement ear pads. Now, yeah, we've seen that in a lot of HyperX headsets. I'm not sure if the original Alphas had it, but I know the Clouds do, or the Cloud 2s, right? And they all come stock with the pleather pads on right here, which is really nice, locking the sound and everything. Very cozy, very plush right there. Little foam bit in the middle right there, so if your ears touch the inside, it's not really gonna irritate or bother you. But the cool thing that really excited me were these replacement ones. Again, talking back to Cloud 2s and stuff, they used to have these velour ones, right? And they were velour all the way around. Very nice and breathable, but good night, did so much sound bleed out of those, and you heard everything around you. You know, the cool thing about these, it's almost like what do you call that? A spandex or whatever? Some nice sports material right there. Stays very nice and cool. You know, it's like a workout shirt. That's exactly what it's like. Very nice and cool, very soft, and inside it's lined with pleather there to lock that sound in. Wow, some awesome ear pads here. Now, as far as replacing the ear pads here, it is a little bit of a task. Getting them off is very easy. They peel right off, but getting them back on, you do got to stretch them out a little bit right there. So don't get worried. You know, I felt like I was going to rip them sometimes, but don't get worried because, again, you do got to stretch them out a little bit to get them on there. Now, as I stated, my preferred ear cushions are the cloth ones right here, which I did use the majority of the time. I absolutely love them, but no, they are not perfect. Whenever I got them on my head and I'm gaming or whatnot, they tend to slip around a little bit during long sets. I mean, it's not like every second they're all over the place, you know what I mean? But I notice them slipping to one direction or the other, and I'd have to get them on there and adjust them. But there's also positives to that as well. Like especially for us glasses wearers, right? Take your glasses and they just slide on right there. Nothing's gripping like those leather ear cushions or anything like that, right? Again, they just slide on right there. They don't press on you. They're just very cozy and let your glasses sit on your face. But yes, unfortunately, as we've seen with a lot of HyperX headsets, right, we don't have that swivel. So again, it's not really a glasses thing that's pressing right up here, it's the headset. Since there's no swivel, it's coming around and pressing right on your jawbone right here. But again, as far as glasses, incredibly cozy. The downfall is the lack of swivel. But again, as far as both ear cushions here, very cozy, very plush, plenty of size in them. My ears don't touch the driver inside there. And again, you got some leeway within there, but plenty of depth, plenty of size. Fantastic ear cushions. And that also goes right in line with the headband right here. Super plush, very cozy, and it feels incredibly durable actually. Really nice comfort across the board on the Alpha S here. All right, so next up, let's go on and cover build and durability right here. Now, as far as the build, heck, it's just like every other HyperX headset, right? I mean, there's nothing different about it, you know? Yeah, we got the sliders down here, which we'll talk about later, but as far as the initial build, you got the metal arm, goes up here into the headband with the plastic brackets down here, and then the plastic brackets right on the side. Y'all know I'm not a big fan of that right there, because again, constantly setting your headset down over and over, I just feel like it's gonna wear on that plastic right there. Me, I'm very careful with my headsets, and on my desk, I have a desk mat across the whole thing. So it goes down very soft, and I'm very careful with my stuff. But again, I feel like if you drop it right there, bam, one of those little plastic pieces break, your headset's pretty much done. So all in all, don't throw your headset across the room whenever you're gaming. Just be careful with it and you'll be good. Now, as far as the ear cups on the outside right here, you almost have like this matte black coating right there, and it attracts tons of fingerprints. It is gross. And by the way, it comes with this plastic film on it. As you can see, I got some sticky residue right there. Gotta give me some goo gone on this or something. But again, they do attract some gunk and start looking grimy after a while on the cups. Now, going further down the headset here, as far as our cables and our microphone, which I think I forgot to tell you is included right here, very durable, detachable right here, and very thick. You can feel that coat underneath it, braided out here, very solid. The thing I like about it is the 3.5 that comes in it, it's not too long. So again, if you're just gonna plug it into your controller or your phone or something, you don't got this massive 3.5 hanging everywhere, you know? And when you get into your extender here, this one is super long. I got it all tangled up now, right? But again, your 3.5 goes into there and then your USB. Also, as far as your microphone, detachable right here, comes with a windscreen on it, very thick and durable as well. Again, as far as the headset to the cables, I feel like we got a fantastic build right here. Again, just be wary about those little plastic connectors on the side, and I think you're gonna be perfectly fine. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about sound right here. And like I stated earlier, yes, you can use it on every single platform, but each platform, you do gotta connect it a little bit different here. By the way, stating it being a PC headset, yes, you do have to update them on PC. Just download the Ingenuity software, bam, quick, easy update. And before we dive too deep into the sound and everything, I just want to clarify, using it on mobile or the Xbox, like I tested on an iPad going 3.5, and I play a lot of Xbox going right in the controller right there. It sounds amazing on both of those devices right there as far as videos, music, and games. Very, very awesome. Just about as good with the control box here. But yes, you do have the extra features in the control within this box right here, which is a bummer that you lose them, but just letting you know, it does still sound great on those other devices. So talking about the sound right here, again on PlayStation, PC, Mac, or whatever, you can plug it right into USB. The 3.5 goes right into the box. Bam, it's gonna power up and you have all your controls right on a box right here as far as your mic mute on the side, your 7.1 volume up and down, and then game to chat. And as far as your game to chat, whenever you get to the max peak of them, it's going to give you notification as far as whenever you're topped out or midway or something. Really cool to have all these controls right on this nice box here. Now let's go and dive a little bit deeper into how the headset sounds. Again, and this is across every single device right there, minus the box on Xbox with the 7.1 and stuff. But there's a lot of different variations you can have here. Number one, the ear cushions, right? If you're gonna use the pleather ones, the fully pleather, or the cloth ones, they're gonna lock in a little bit more sound, give you a little bit more immersion, and kind of lock that bass in right there. Again, going back to the box, you got the 7.1 right here. And then the biggest thing with the Alpha S are these bass sliders on the back of the ear cups here. You got 3 notches to close it completely, or you can open it. And believe it or not, to my surprise even here, these sliders made a gigantic difference with this headset. Whenever you close them, it pretty much cuts that bass off, but it doesn't sound very good. It's almost like hollow. I don't know how to explain it, but it didn't sound really good. Almost sound like, again, you're talking in the bathroom or something like that. You open them up to that first notch and you get a really nice natural sound, not too much bass. Like you all know, I play a lot of Call of Duty, Warzone. You got choppers in the airplane, and it almost like drowns out everything else. You're like, God, can we just turn that down? We've all been there. If you played Warzone, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And that's kind of what you get when you open it up right there. Yeah, choppers coming by you, or a streak or something like that, or a vehicle. It's gonna just drown it, and you're gonna have that bass right there. Those vehicles are gonna be very loud.
Changing max.
But again, when you put it on that halfway, which I thought was a sweet spot for me, it gave those vehicles their sound, but again, it wasn't like this rumbling chopper. It was just balanced and let everything shine. But again, that is the shining point of this headset right here. Think about these sliders as like a quick EQ adjustment, kind of, you know what I mean? Again, I say I like a midway right there so I can hear everything and everything's fairly balanced. You might want to drop that bass completely so you just hear the detail. You just hear footsteps and stuff like that, right? Open them up during a nice story game and get that immersion, or a movie or something like that, right? Again, kind of think about it as a quick EQ adjustment. And like I state in all my videos, EQ is going to be different for everybody. And it's so nice to have the option by a flick of the button right there. Now don't think like if you're going to open them wide open there, you're going to get this ear shaking beats type of bass, you know what I mean? It's not like that by any means. Kind of put it on like an immersion level, right? Again, down low, you pretty much reduce that bass completely and you hear a lot of the highs right there. Open it up and you get a little bit more body in your sound, a little bit deeper, and again, more immersion. So it's really nice, again, to be able to get your custom setting, bam, by a flick of the button. Now, not to harp on sound right here, again, talking about the sliders and everything, being able to adjust it in my preferred setting right here, the midway or open. I just couldn't deal with them being closed right there, right? It was so nice because, again, your highs were crisp, Your bass was there. It wasn't like, ear shaking by any means, but you had bass within your sound and your environment, right? And your mids were still there. Very nice and balanced. And where that all is coming from is the frequency range being 13 to 27 in this headset. Most gaming headsets, you usually see 20 to 20. These days we're seeing them opening up a little bit, but most common is 20 to 20. Again, being 13 to 27 in the bass sliders right here. Again, it's an experience you have to try. It's an absolute fantastic sound. Now, I know a lot of people are interested in the goofy 7.1 right here. As I state in every single headset review, please don't. If you're shopping headsets, don't focus on a 7.1. As I state now, which I've changed over time. Before I was kind of like, okay, I want to plug it in and play, which I understand a lot of people are like that, right? Me nowadays, I prefer an EQ setting of some kind because that's where you can adjust your bass and then your highs and everything like that. Not some goofy 7.1 because no, this doesn't sound like surround sound. It just, yeah, it does open things up, but it just sounds incredibly goofy and just echoey and incredibly fake. I couldn't stand a 7.1.
Changing max.
Now, last thing on sound right here, the cool thing about this box is this does work on PS4, PC, and on Mac right there. And actually on Mac and PC, the volume wheel actually controls the volume within your device. So if you're on Mac, you see your volume line going up and down with this. Same as on PC, you see the volume line going up and down. And it also works on PS4 as well as far as your game to voice chat right there. It works on all three of those devices. Of course, like I stated, Xbox, you have to use the 3.5 and control it through your console. All right, wow. So sorry I went on about the sound right there. Again, it was just something I truly enjoyed and I wanted to share that experience with you as best as I can. And I'm sure I probably just jumbled the heck out of it, you know what I mean? But let me just tell you, the sound is amazing on these things. It's awesome. But anyways, let's go on and test this mic. All right, so we are now using a microphone on the HyperX Cloud Alpha S connected by USB right here. We also do a test with it connected into 3.5 here in a second. But as far as the microphone, I do have the included windscreen on it right here. And again, we are connected by USB. And one quick side note, two things I noticed while I was doing the mic test right here. As far as in my device, I did have to crank up the volume of the mic a pinch right there. Just plug straight in how I always record. It was pretty much right at halfway right there. It was way too low. So I did have to crank it up 2 notches right there to, again, make it sound slightly different. That could just be my device or whatever like that. But again, just kind of be wary if someone says your mic is low. Just get into your settings and crank it up a little bit. All right, so we are now using a microphone connected by 3.5 right here. And now, of course, you don't have any controls as far as your game to chat or the mute function on it because, again, we're connected basic by 3.5. Now, real quick, one thing I noticed while listening to my previous one and then a 3.5, USB versus 3.5, the 3.5 sounds a little bit more staticky, a little bit more like a radio station, you know what I mean, when the USB sound a little bit more clear. Now, both of them, USB and 3.5, to me at least, they both sounded a little bit distant. They sounded good, like I could hear exactly what I was saying, nothing, over high or low or anything like that. Just, again, they both sounded distant, and again, while connected by 3.5, to me at least, they sounded staticky, a little bit like a radio. So definitely USB gets the win as far as mic. Mic, all in all, I think it's pretty good. Not the best, but it is passable. All right, so all in all, the HyperX Cloud Alpha S right here. Wow, I really, really like this headset. Again, chiming back onto my old Alpha review right there, I didn't like that headset. Again, I never stated it was like horrible, but I just didn't like it. I felt like it was really missing something. And this really completed what those were missing. Again, primarily being with the sliders, because everything else is almost the same, right? As far as the build, the style. I mean, this color wave, you can also get this in the blue version. This is the blackout version here, which looks stinking awesome, by the way. The ear pads are different that are included with it. Now, you can buy the old Alphas with the old HyperX sound card as well, so I'm not sure if that will pair up any different. But as far as the controls on this one are really awesome. The 7.1's garbage. But all in all, again, are these better than the old Alphas? 110%, hands down. Is it worth an upgrade if you have the old alphas? 100% hands down. You know, these are incredible compared to the old alphas. Now, I know the question a lot of you are asking out there, hey man, should I go with the Alpha S or the Cloud 2s? If any of you saw my review of the Cloud 2s, I love that one. Hey, I'll plug it up right here for you as well. But I really love that headset. But if you're concerned about a comparison between the Alpha S and the Cloud 2, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell because I'll have that coming for you soon. But hey, that's all I got right here. I hope I was able to answer any of your questions you were looking into this headset, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.